Hi everyone, welcome to the Matrix Oracle. My name is Audrey. I am your host for this Mercury starting its transition in the sign of Pisces. So from February 23rd all the way to March 9th, 2024. Now, let me first share with you why those transitions are important. They activate you. They activate your chart for a particular higher lesson, something that you need to grasp. And I was not surprised to already feel this and see it in the cards that Kundalini, our life force, our breath, is so important at this time, especially for this transit. You will find on this platform and channel access to the collective message for those transits. And that means for Mercury in Pisces in particular, the reading upcoming after my little talking is going to be for all the water Mercury natal placement, because it's going to embody that collective energy of this transit. If you want to have access to all the other elements, please subscribe to the channel. It supports me to have more time to create all of this, create my music, create all my reels. So I thank you in advance for being part of this journey, growth, and feeling of breathing as one. All right, are you ready to look at those cards and pull some more messages for this Mercury in Pisces transit? Please flip your camera and let's get rolling. All right, so we have the collective reading for this Mercury in Pisces transit, again for the dates February 23rd all the way to March 9th, 2024. We have a pile of cards that I already pulled, and then we'll get clarification and additional messages with tarot cards. All right, so we have fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Ooh, we like that. Next, pay attention to signs. I had to put a sticker on this because in the past I got censored with some of my cards. This is a card that says sensuality. Okay, so Kundalini, life force, prana. Okay, your breath work. Some of you close soul sisters and brothers, we've been talking about this. If you know me personally or get sessions with me, this is something that has been brought up, especially with the activation into transitioning to 2024, year 8. Year 7, 2023 was very much about the introspection, the revision, the wisdom of past experiences. And now you're shifting into a materialization of all this wisdom. How are you going to go about this? Pay attention, especially to how you feel aligned with your life force, your sensuality, your creativity, your imagination, your subconscious, and your breath. Wow. Stardust, premonition, galactic communications, beginnings and endings. Okay, I've seen this in my meditation this morning. Okay, because of this Pisces energy, which is at the end of the zodiac wheel, we're preparing the beginning of a new zodiac year when we'll have the spring equinox if you are on the northern hemisphere of this planet, okay? But this is a transition, especially no matter where you are as far as the zodiac. This is almost like this activation of becoming a star. Wow, I'm getting so many messages. There is this song, like a star, like a star, like a star, that has been like going in my mind, that's been going on Instagram. And it's about this, that you're becoming more and more attuned to your connection to beyond what is here on earth, you know, the star, the moon, and the sun. All right. I almost forgot. I was called also to play with my little dice. All right, let's see those messages with those astro dice. Okay, Mars energy, Libra, and 5th house. This is interesting. Okay, so here we're getting deeper messages, and I'm loving this because it shows that we want to pay attention to the energy we carry that is put into motion that leads us to act. Pay attention, especially with the number 10, okay, to whatever drives you through this transit. Okay, Mercury is your master teacher of knowledge. And in Pisces, it's the unifier. It's the light worker archetype of the unifier. So it's trying to teach you how to really put all this zodiac year into a bunch of higher understanding. What drives you, especially if you have your Mercury in a water element, okay? That's for everyone, but especially for Mercury, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, if that's your natal placement. Now, with the Libra here and the Kundalini, Libra is a zodiac archetype that is deep diving into the subconscious and starting the work between the dream world and the materialized world, okay? And it requires a good balance, you know, of knowing what, in this case, drives you. So I feel that being in alignment with your breath is going to be very important. Wow, my meditation this morning just makes so much more sense. I'm going to share this with you right now. I love working with breath, different types of breath. This morning, as I'm working on a different new album for my YouTube that's upcoming more for the new Zodiac Wheel, there's a lot in the works here. There are certain ways to help through your breath, how to work with your prana, your life force, but also the field you create. And that means boundaries, and that means creating that space for yourself to maintain your values, your authenticity, also the space for the renewal of your own energy and this version of yourself that is evolving, to breathe in that space and create from that space, okay? I'm going to share with you the breath that I did discover this morning while doing my own frequency alignment with the sun, the moon. The breath work called 369 is going to help you with this. And it's an inhale for 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then you hold for 6. And then you exhale for 9. So some of you know a little bit about the microcosmic orbit. And if you don't listen to this, when you inhale, this is yang energy that you go from the bottom of your spine by the back of your channel. So your vertebrae is behind all the way to the top of the crown. Then you go all the way in the front to the tip of your nose. Okay, landing there. This is where you hold 6. And then when you exhale, it's the front of the channel of your chakras all the way to the bottom of your spine in 9 breaths, okay? This helps regulate feminine and masculine principles. This is going to give you much harnessing of your both principles. And probably some of you, if you need to regulate your drive, whether it's in excess or in deficiency, that's going to be wonderful, okay? For the stardust energy with the 5th house, that's your higher self coming in to create, to show you how to express yourself in greater ways, okay? Let's see what other cards want to come forward. Goddess of the night here. Okay, one card, two cards. Ooh, Two of Pentacles. Look at this confirmation. Beautiful card. I think that's the first time I pull it in this deck. She has her feet in the water. Look at this. This is a card that speaks and number 8, infinity. Okay, this is so major. I'm so loving that everything just coincides here. You're going to find much more synchronicity in your signs, in your manifestation of, remember, you're here to manifest fruition of certain dreams and goals and visions, okay? Through something as simple as this type of work. Yeah. By the way, the ones that have subscribed to my YouTube membership and even just my playlist, I do describe a lot of ways for you to start meditating. You guys, I was incapable of meditating for years. It took me 1 year of just listening to frequency at night to then be able to shift to be able to meditate. I needed a sound, and then I needed to chant something because I could not focus on something. So please don't give up if you're not able to just meditate thinking like, oh, I'm not supposed to think about things. Okay, there's a progression. And a lot of us, we have a lot that we are carrying inside that in order to let it go, we need to let it come up to the surface. Okay? We have the Two of Swords, okay? This is going to be a choice, 2 and 2. Oh, this is so interesting because before the 23rd, we are at, February 22nd. There is a quantum time shift. And especially this year is a leap year. Wow, so some of you, it's almost like saying cosmically, this transit can really support you to activate the potential you need to make and materialize all your visions and dreams. Wow, that's wonderful. If you need personal guidance, please check out the description box below. Thank you so very much. Namaste. If your natal Mercury is in a fire placement, so if you were born with a Mercury in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, those messages are for you for Mercury transiting in Pisces from February 23rd all the way to March 9th, 2024. Let's see what we have. Stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. Oof, I get chills. Interesting. Down my left calf. Okay, connected maybe to Aquarius or something about, when you go on your toes, your calf contracts. So something about leveling up, but more in the reflection of what has been, what is, and what could be. Interesting. Procrastination with the number 8. Don't jump into conclusions. Rejection. Okay. So this is something that I've received also through my meditation and then materialization in my waking life. Okay, it's almost like you meditate and then you open your eyes and then things just stream out of you. Was that this Mercury in Pisces was going to be very much about making sure that we're releasing an old version of the self that was created out of survival. And here in this case, I feel that you're probably facing with a Mercury in fire placement natally, maybe a wound of not doing certain things that your higher self is calling you to do out of a fear of, especially with those cobwebs here, almost as if there's a paint here, how people paint your decisions, or how people picture what it is and that is you're doing that means certain things to them, is keeping you back. Okay? Keeping you back. But here, the light on what it is and why it is so is gonna come forward. Look at this, those clocks. By the way, if you want to listen to the collective message, go and check out the water placement for Pisces. Okay? Very much about quantum leaping. We are in a leap year. There's something here that's going to propel you forward. Wow. I get chills like in all my body. Like everything just got activated when I just looked at this. I told you you're going to be propelled, right? You're going to be propelled so far, far away. In the greatest ways, because this is how far can you go, is how far can you imagine through creative daydreaming. Now, what's very important for you is to watch the collective reading so you listen to the techniques that I described in terms of your breath work. Yeah, I'm sorry if it sounds like I'm giving you homework, but I'm here to support your spiritual ascension, right? So you can have this embodiment, so you can have this field of playfulness, of joy, and not being worried about people that don't get the bigger picture. Oof, oh my God. I'm sorry, my whole body is just receiving this with deliciousness, really. All right, let's get some higher messages and deeper ones with the dice here. Okay, so up, up, up. All right. Pluto, your master teacher of power. With great responsibility comes great power, or with great power comes great responsibility. Okay, this is my dyslexia in action here. And I'm not going to override this because especially with the number 8, okay, a year like 2024, your master teacher of power and transformation is inviting you to stop this wheel of caring about how your work, your way of being you or presenting yourself to the world is going to be perceived, because you got to do. You got some great, it's like, this is a time, and again, this is channel, it's a time to shine. Shine the light. Maybe some of you just needed to hear this message to get a little bit of a boost. But I do believe that when you go through the meditation and the breath work, you're going to get some really deep support. I actually did not mention this in the collective reading, but I'll put it in the details or somewhere in the video. But for those planets transit, please make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube membership to get access to those planets and work with Mercury sound and do the breath work. The rest is for you to grasp. So here it's saying you need to overcome any wound of powerlessness or feeling or thinking too small. You have, especially here, Sagittarius is the archetype of the manifester. You have things that needs to be manifested, okay? This is interesting because in the collective message, we had some galactic premonitions and really like star potential activation here. And Sagittarius is connected to the galactic center. Scientifically, supposedly connected to where we had the Big Bang. So a void, a place where everything can be born. So some of you might be that you have this placement that is being activated here. Okay, you could have a Mercury in Sagittarius, but overall, there's something that is, okay, it's almost like I'm seeing this time while I'm channeling this and you're receiving all those messages, that you're able to pull yourself out of what used to hold you back. Maybe we'll get more details about this with the Goddess of the Night tarot. Now with the 10th house and the far, far away, this almost like insists on how deep and precious what you're doing for not just you, but others, but in terms of it's part of your higher purpose. If you've been looking for a purpose or wondering, what's my purpose? Already starting by detaching from not doing what you know is meant to be done, okay? And that's going to be different for everyone. Maybe some of you it's to start meditating, okay? And again, some of you may know my story. I could not meditate for the life force out of me. I could not do it. And I manifested, being brought down to my knees by many accidents, paralysis, near-death experience. So I would bow to my higher self. I do not suggest you wait for manifestation like myself, like Pluto energy. Like, don't wait for everything to hit rock bottom. And even if you did, this message finds you purposely at this time, because you will find in what made you hit rock bottom something that is meant for you to manifest, that may be out of what other people can imagine and envision, because it's so out of their reach. But for you, it's within your reach if you let go of what other people think, project, and paint in their mind that what you are, who you are means. Okay? This is part of your purpose. I'm loving this. All right, let's see what else we have for you. On Instagram, I only have 15 minutes, so I kind of have to sometimes just go a little faster in my channeling. Okay, wow. I mean, come on. The Empress, she is a creatrix. She is here. So through your feminine power. So and with the stillness, you have no choice. If you have a Mercury in a fire placement natally, this you can't escape. You need to do the work. You need to do the meditative work. However that looks like. Meditation doesn't have to be like, oh, I shouldn't think about this, shouldn't think about this. Sometimes it's just about receiving. And sometimes when you allow yourself to receive, you see all this nonsense that comes up. Let it come up. Let it distract you. Let it show to you what is going on. Okay? Because maybe the madness underneath, when you're trying to quiet yourself, is what robs you of your power, is what robs you from moving forward. Those battles in the background. Okay? The Nymph of Cups. This is about your healing. This is about a rebirth. I think it's a swordfish, I'm not sure. But you see here, it's almost like this is a different type of fish. We have the fish, we have the Pisces. It's almost like you're here to be very unique and to bring out of maybe this whole struggle with showing up as your authentic self. The struggle to do this is actually meant to create and help you create the tools that you need. So for me, it was my music. It was everything that you see me channel is because I need it. It's like my air. I need it. And I'm loving that what I need is needed by others. But I will still do it whether it is known by others or not. And that means that this is part also of your purpose. Do it for you first, because you have no idea how many other people need it as well. And you can only find out when you take that leap of faith. And this work is going to come more from your stillness than from your action. You know, having a Mercury fire may just bring a lot of things to the surface and do this, do that. Here, you're going to harness that power and follow the inspiration from first sitting with it. All right, that's what I have for you. And if you need any support, please look into the details of this video. Namaste. If you were born with a natal Mercury in an Earth placement, that means Mercury Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, those messages are for you from February 23rd all the way to March 9th, 2024 for Mercury in Pisces transit. I do strongly suggest you listen to the collective message, so the water element. Let's see what we have. Freedom, I won't hold it down, so please don't give me up. Follow your heart and nurture your soul with love and freedom to grow. I just feel for you that music is so precious at this time for you to free how you feel. You know, with the earth element, sometimes when we're missing that energy or we're feeling too much, there could be this stagnancy, okay? So I feel that movement is very important for you through this transit. We're going to have a leap day. And with the collective message, we saw this was a strong opportunity this year for quantum leaping. Let yourself dare dreaming. Okay, let's see what else. Family and tribe. Interesting, with the number 20. In the angles of the zodiac, this is connected to Kundalini activation, to the divine partnership of masculine and feminine. With this white tiger, there's some type of higher wisdom that needs to be brought out of the experience that you have from your family, ancestral lineage, and patterns, okay? What you inherited. And probably free yourself from that influence to a certain degree. What I mean by a certain degree is that there's things that are worth keeping. Especially look at this, love. Okay, so it's going to really depend on where you come from in terms of your personal experience, because maybe some of you learned how to be loved, especially I'm paying attention to those strings that are holding this little vial here. Okay, I'm hearing almost as if like love came with strings attached. Okay, as if here, for the collective message, we have to activate our Kundalini. I did give some breathwork exercises, definitely something you want to listen to. But I feel that this is what you have as light work for this transit, my dear Earth placement for Mercury, is to release the strings and attachment that you may have inherited from the limited perception or conditioned perception of what love is, okay? Free yourself from this. And that could be for you with movement, with, you know, removing that stagnant energy that I was feeling. Oh, wow, look at this. Carry me home. Support, time to be carried, allow others to help. With this full moon, the next day after Mercury starts its transit in Pisces, we have a full moon in Virgo. Ooh, this is big for you. This is going to, okay, let the energy of the cosmos. It's as if like, wow, I'm sorry, I'm just like mind blown here. It's what I'm feeling is the cosmic alignment as this comes into motion and play, you know, that cosmic alignment, and it hits you. You're going to be activated at a DNA level to release the chains, the cords, the invisible, because they're almost like you can almost not see it. And especially the fire element, I had this, but here you have it even bigger. Maybe what you what people projected on you, and maybe your family, you should be doing, have been doing, or, you know, kind of the should, like all the conditioning that you may have felt that you were carrying, or to carry. It's almost like maybe some of you had to walk a very different path than what the family expected. Or some of you, on the total opposite, walked that path. And yet now you're almost at that break edge. It's almost like this is not home. This doesn't feel like I'm reaching home, which is really the return to yourself and being able to experience unconditional love within, between feminine and masculine and the divine spark. And there might have been separation in that energy in your environment, okay? But there's freedom with this transit. Let's get some deeper messages here. All right, let's see what we have for you. Up. All right, so we have the first house, we have Uranus, and we have Capricorn. Wow, a lot of synchronicities with the cosmic event, the dice. Again, it feels like things are coming into alignment at a very, almost like cosmically designed and orchestrated time. Okay, it's almost like if you had tried to reach that level of being, you couldn't, because that's something that the universe is supporting you to activate. You're receiving that sense of freedom that's coming. Oh, this is here. Interesting. Uranus, the one that shakes up. This is the master teacher of growth and evolution. You had to walk a different path. And if you try to constrain yourself to the path that was dictated, you can feel the urgency, the emergency of breaking those chains. Especially here with the Ascension Guide, the archetype for Capricorn. This is showing you a different way to show, experience, and be in the essence of love. That means something that you're practicing for yourself. And it feels like it could have cost you a lot to separate, or even something if you're about to do, separate from the traditions. But that was something that you were designed to do. Look at this, especially with the first house. This is something that has always been calling you. And now with this cosmic alignment is going to manifest. The first house in esoteric astrology is allowing you to receive the sacred avatar. Some of you, that full moon is super, super important. Again, your earth. So whether it's you have a placement in Taurus or Capricorn or Virgo, you're creating a grand trine here. This sacred geometry brings illumination, the light from within. It's going to expand out. You're going to find some freedom here. All right, let's see what else we could get with the goddess of the night. Tarot cards. All right, for my Earth, Mercury placements. All right, we have this one. The Nine of Pentacles. Look at this. I'm hearing strongly, watch your words with the bird here. It's not a parrot, but it could look like one, but still it's a messenger. Your words echo in space and time. So make sure they're speaking higher vibrational expression of what you want to manifest. You know, it's something like, oh, I'm tired of being chained. It's like I am experiencing freedom on all levels of being. My heart is feeling expanded more and more as I just simply breathe in this space, this moment. Some statements that are like this, like almost I wouldn't say like they're not as specific because they're more energy. It's like allowing the space instead of the constriction of society, the family, what you should do, what you're meant to do. You're bigger than this, and you're meant to channel something bigger through this transit. Something is being activated. And something needs to be left behind. Again, full moon. Wow. This is interesting. 8 of Cups. Look at this, as if there's like some type of transfer. Maybe some of you had to experience the cup perception half empty, or, you know, seeing like that it is all a perception, and that you've always had this energy and potential here. And some of you, maybe you've always felt it, but you couldn't know how to approach it. You didn't know how to approach it. And here is showing that it's because it's in your DNA and it's connected to the stars. It's connected to the cosmos. It's connected to the higher love and energy of source. And it needed the time that it needed to be activated in perfect divine orchestration of a greater picture beyond just yourself. Okay, so I did not describe it in the collective reading, but I'm going to give some details about listening to the Mercury frequency. You will need a YouTube membership for the music, and use the breath work, the 369 that I described in the collective reading. That's what I'm seeing. I'm not feeling any further guidance, because through the breath, you're going to receive what's meant for you. If you need personal assistance, you can look at the details of this video. Namaste. If you were born with a Mercury placement in an air sign, so that means Mercury in Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, those are your messages for when Mercury is transiting Pisces. So February 23rd all the way to March 9th, 2024. Don't know why, but for you, I already want to jump ahead, which is interesting. Listen to what follows. I want to mention Leap Day. That's something that came up in the collective reading. You do want to listen to it, because I'm explaining a new type of breath work, and it's important for this transit to activate your potential. But there is an opportunity for quantum leaping that is great, especially with the portal 222, then there's Mercury in Pisces, then there's the full moon activating the head of the dragon. I don't know why for you I'm mentioning the dragon energy. I did not for the others, but maybe some of you need to hear this. You have celebration. Celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. Maybe there's an activation with, this breath. There's a harnessing of something, of knowledge. I'm hearing right away, Mercury. Thank you, Master Teacher of Knowledge. Knowledge, Audrey, knowledge. Okay. Take off your mask. Interesting. Beauty. Whoa. Okay. I love this synchronicity in terms of numbers. Okay. 11 and 17. In the zodiac archetype and angles of the zodiac, those two, they work together. Those placement. One shines the light from within, and one shines the light from without. So it's almost like an in-out type of flow, almost like a battery with the plus and the minus. I love that it's showing here two versions. It's almost like here maybe there's with the serpent and the peacock. There's a merge, and the compass. Some of you, there's something in your chart. That could be where the dragon energy is with all this kundalini thing going on. But you're getting some activation, probably of the third eye, probably seeing and perceiving yourself in different ways, past, future, and present. And the light that this transit is helping you channel comes from the appreciation of everything that you can remember thus far that you have achieved. We're talking about the spiritual level of your achievement. And that means, yes, those are some achievements that are sometimes materialized. Like, okay, well, I overcame this loss of my job, loss of my home, loss of this, or shift of this, change of this, you know, recovery, illness, whatever. Those are physical manifestation, but it's almost like seeing how each hurdle of the life brought you a keener awareness of yourself at a spiritual level. Okay, I think this is important for you. You know, the word ballet comes a lot here, almost like, you know, ballet dancers, they're under so much tension, head to toe, all the way to their fingertips, you know, but it looks graceful, it looks effortless. So I feel that's something meaningful to you. And then we have solace, return to nature, tree wisdom, natural remedies, and flower incenses. Remember what I said when the master teacher Mercury said, oh, knowledge, Audrey, this is what the person is retrieving. Knowledge. So some of you, it's a skill, okay, that you've rehearsed in this life, okay? And it's something that will be clear to you once you start celebrating where you are. And that means in this celebration, it's more like an inner work going on, okay? An inner appreciation. Maybe I feel also, I'm hearing something, the different roles you had to play, the different path you had to take. Even the times where you wore a mask, appreciate the character you had to play. She's on stage, she has to represent a certain emotion, a certain way, a certain, and when I say way, the beauty's way. And the beauty's way sometimes is playing characters that are out of our true essence for a higher purpose. So some of you, maybe you'll find that's where the celebration comes. You'll find a conclusion as far as something that was maybe a struggle that you had to experience and get that higher wisdom. That's going to feel good. Okay, let's get some deeper messages here. We have Cancer, Saturn, and the 4th house. In those roles that you played, you learned cause and effect. You learn the weight of, and not just the weight, more like the impact. If I think like that, this leads me there. If I behave a certain way, that means I'm carrying a certain energy. It's like there is some teaching about how to be more truthful, especially with yourself. And some of you almost, I am hearing something, I'm not going to say out of the blue, but it's almost like realizing that now there might be some roles, just like an actor, that you're going to pass. They're not interesting to you anymore. There's probably a lot of karmic debt that had to be purged here that I'm feeling. A lot of healing with Cancer. Healing of the heart, especially I would say the upper heart chakra. So just between the heart and the throat. It's almost like seeing that, yeah, we can play roles, but in this life, the greatest role is your highest, best self, which is your authentic self. And that is a character you discover every day, especially when you take the time to nourish how you feel inside, because this is the house in esoteric astrology about your spiritual home. This is the embodiment. So yes, there is the body, but there is also your aura. There is also how you communicate with your higher self, and that creates already a field that is more like than just your body. It's like this home. It creates a space for that home. And usually, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but watch how you build walls. You want boundaries to be energetic boundaries in accordance to your own principles and the roles that you're accepting now to play and rehearse versus the ones that maybe you felt constrained to play out. And you had to. Some of you, just so you know, especially with Saturn, you had to play out a certain karmic wheel, karmic debt. But here it's showing a return to innocence, almost like a return to yourself. There's more beauty, and you'll probably appreciate more what you can see in the mirror than you used to. Okay, maybe some of you felt like you had to play a character. Too many cards. You know, too many cards. And oh, interesting. Feeling like maybe you had to play too many roles. The Queen of Cups. Another symbol here of wisdom with the hair on. And the Swan. So Swan here, for some reason, I don't know why, but I saw also the Black Swan. Oh, maybe because of the ballet. It's just like, what am I seeing in my third eye? This is interesting. Because if I'm not mistaken, that movie Black Swan, there was something about, you know, the jealousy and feeling like you have to step over someone to be able to be in the light. Here, there might have been some karma around competition, okay? But you're getting wisdom in realizing that you can drop all of those lower vibrational beliefs that condition you, okay? There's some that you inherited and some that were conditioned in your environment and some that you just had to rehearse and repeat so you would have a higher appreciation for your own truth. Yes, look at this, the Magician, the Witch. So now you're in a transitional time where that magical part of you can be anchored down with that sword. Your truth now matters most. Not the truth of others, not what you think people want to see you play or embody. But there's here a celebration of all your quirkiness, all your magical self. And I love this for you. Okay, so for the meditation, use the Mercury sound and use the breath work, and that's going to be it. If you need personal guidance and support, please look at the details of this video. Namaste.